You did not arrive here by accident. You were summoned by an ancient force that breathes through the invisible threads of destiny. Something was guiding you, Virgo, something restless, something that gently pushed you toward this message because your soul has been asking for a sign it is only now ready to receive. You may not understand it fully, but you feel it. Why today? Why now? Why these words? Because synchronicity is the secret language of the divine, and when the universe wants to speak to you, it moves heavens and shadows until you stand before exactly what you need. Now that you are here, open your senses, because a warning approaches, a whisper rises, and what is about to be revealed may shift the rhythm of the hours ahead. The key of your horoscope vibrates like a hidden mantra. The light calls you even when the darkness tries to hold you back. And as I place my hands over the cards, I feel that sacred tremor that only appears when Virgo is on the verge of receiving a truth long awaited. Stay with me until the end, because something decisive will manifest throughout your day, something that must be heard so your path can realign before nightfall. The energy surrounding your reading is intense and not entirely peaceful. There is a warning I must give you before proceeding. There are eyes that have been watching you from the shadows, Virgo. Eyes that do not celebrate your progress, eyes unsettled by your discipline and potential. These are not declared enemies, but silent ones, disguised with lukewarm smiles or indifferent tones. Some people feed off your doubts more than they admit, and when they sense you rising, they try to anchor themselves to your energy to absorb your clarity. But do not fear. Divine justice is already preparing itself, aligning its arrows, sharpening its discernment. What was hidden begins to surface. What stole your light begins to crumble. You feel it, don't you? That vibration in your chest is not anxiety. It is intuition. Everything you needed to know is approaching. And as the cards speak, the story unfolds like a path lit from within. I see the reflection of an internal struggle marking your recent days. Decisions that weighed heavily on you, emotions you absorbed unintentionally, responsibilities that were never meant to be yours alone. Virgo, you are earth, structure, the hand that brings order to chaos. But lately, that gift has been exploited by those who know you rarely say no. The Hermit appears in a crossed position, indicating that you have been carrying too much, more than your share, and that is why the universe guided you here, to return your clarity, to remind you who you are when you are not drowning in someone else's burdens. And as I move through the deck, a phrase emerges that the universe wants you to repeat whenever you feel out of balance. I reclaim my true light. This decree restores and centers you. You may whisper it now, softly, and we will hear it echo again later. I reclaim my true light. Let me dive deeper into what is unfolding around you. A dense energy has been accumulating, as if an old shadow has been trying to settle within your routines. That shadow represents doubts planted by others, comments that seemed harmless but carried intention behind them. It is no coincidence that you felt unusual exhaustion, that certain projects appear delayed, that a recent conversation left a strange echo inside you. All of this reflects interference from these silent enemies. But divine justice does not tolerate injustice when the heart is pure. And you, Virgo, have given far more honesty than many around you can handle. The universe kept you patient, allowed you to observe, to sense, to notice patterns. And now, by cosmic decree, the stage begins where masks fall on their own. You will not be the one who confronts. Life itself will reveal who is who. Sometimes justice acts quietly, sometimes forcefully. This time, it will be both. As I close my eyes to hear the astral whisper, a clear message emerges. You have been fighting chains that no longer exist. You wore them out of habit, not necessity. And here begins the deeper development of your reading, Virgo. The Wheel of Fortune appears at the center, spinning slowly, announcing that the streak of bad luck that has felt like a persistent weight is reaching its end. Yes, that cycle you believed endless, the one that made everything feel heavier, begins to fracture. Not by luck, but by alignment. What breaks today, breaks forever. What is reborn today, rises to lift you. But before revealing the major turn, I need to ask you something. Are you ready to receive? The universe does not insist where there is no openness. I ask because the energy coming your way is powerful and cannot enter where shadows of the past still linger. Are you willing to release what no longer vibrates with your purpose? If your answer is yes, then read carefully, because the card that changes everything is about to appear. At this point, Virgo, write the following phrase in the comments as a sacred commitment. Today I open my paths to truth and abundance. And after writing it, remember that manifesting intention through symbolic action strengthens your decree. So, as a gesture of gratitude to the universe for sending you this message precisely when you needed it, you may give this video a like. That simple act not only supports the message, but symbolizes your willingness to receive more signs, more synchronicities, and more blessings. It is like raising your hand and saying, I am ready, universe, send more guidance. Now, let us continue, because your energy is ascending. As the reading progresses, the atmosphere changes, brightens. The next card is Justice, upright. This is a powerful sign. It speaks of balance, restoration, truth revealed. Everything done against you, everything ignored, everything hidden begins to have consequences. Justice does not forget, especially when someone like you has acted with integrity even when others did not. This card announces a shift where what was crooked becomes straight, where the concealed becomes clear, where stagnation gives way. And this justice arrives not as punishment, but as restoration. Your emotional landscape shifts as well. In love, an emotional distance you didn't fully understand starts to make sense. This distance wasn't rejection. It was a vibrational signal urging you to observe who truly deserves your affection. Someone thinks of you more intensely than they admit, but fears expressing it. Divine justice touches this area as well, clearing intentions and revealing sincerity. Something important approaches, a conversation, a truth, an unexpected gesture. And when it occurs, you will remember these words. Financially, things have been slow but not negative. Your mind has been more focused on solving problems than on receiving opportunities. But the cards indicate a door opening thanks to a recent decision. An idea, a conversation, a habit change, even something you let go of. Whatever it was, it created space for a blessing. And it is strong. You will see it soon. In your career, you've been preparing for something bigger without realizing it. Justice suggests recognition, opportunity, or progress aligning with your past efforts. None of what is coming is coincidence. And then, appearing like a sunrise breaking through dark clouds, comes the climax. The sun total illumination. The clarity that dissolves all shadows. The confirmation of what I told you earlier. The light calls you even when darkness tries to hold you back. This is the turning point. Doubts dissolve. Wounds heal. Blockages open. The sun brings blessing, message, and rebirth. Virgo, take a deep breath before moving forward, because what comes next is not simply an extension of what you have already heard. No. This second part is a deeper descent into the energetic layers surrounding you, where each astral symbol and every vibration emerging from the cards begins to intertwine in a language only your soul truly understands. You are not here by chance, and although you already sensed it, now you will confirm it. Something greater, an ancient intelligence, decided that these words needed to reach you specifically today. And if you continue to this part, it is because your spirit knew pieces were still missing. Pieces that could only reveal themselves once your energy was ready to receive them with greater clarity. Your mantra continues resonating in the background like an ancestral heartbeat. I reclaim my true light. The universe heard it the first time. It heard it when you wrote it, when you thought it, when you let it vibrate through your field. That echo acted as a key unlocking invisible portals. You cannot see them yet, but you can feel them. It is the sensation that something is shifting, as if energetic threads are rearranging around your life. And believe me, Virgo, that never happens without reason. The energy around this part of your reading feels unmistakably different. If the first part was revelation, this second part is purification. Something is peeling away from your aura as I move through the deck, like an old membrane cracking open to make space for something fresh, clean, powerful. As the cards touch the surface, a whisper insists on warning you of something. There is still a shadow causing interference, an attachment, a memory, a person, trying to anchor you to a cycle that no longer belongs to you. This shadow is not as strong as before, but it remains active because your energy is still adjusting to this process of liberation. This is why your awareness must stay heightened. The first card emerging in this second stage is the moon, not in its darkest form, but in its revealing form, the one that exposes deceit, surfaces hidden intentions, and awakens your inner intuition. Virgo, someone close to you has not been entirely honest. Not out of malice necessarily, but out of fear, insecurity, or because they do not want you advancing faster than they can follow. There are bonds that feel strained lately, conversations that leave you questioning things, silences heavier than words. The moon urges you to open your eyes, to look beyond the obvious, to read between the lines. As I observe this card, a question emerges from your energetic field. Who benefits from your confusion, Virgo? Ask yourself this. The answer will arrive spontaneously in the coming days. It will be a phrase, a gesture, an attitude, small, but revealing. And when it happens, you will understand that divine justice not only protects you but also teaches you. The reading continues, and here the development becomes more intense. I see that in recent weeks, you have carried a significant emotional load. You've carried your emotions, and those of others. You have been the silence someone needed, the support someone leaned on, the clarity someone lacked. But Virgo, who has supported you? That question echoes around you. This reading wants to remind you that you were not born to save everyone nor to serve as an emotional anchor for those who refuse to navigate their own waters. The Six of Swords appears like a small boat moving through dark waters, yet moving forward. This card announces transition, movement, progression toward calmer places. A decision you have been postponing finally begins to take form. What once felt difficult will soon feel inevitable. And that inevitability becomes your liberation. The chains mentioned in Part 1 begin to disintegrate here. You have been living with burdens that no longer match your vibration, and while you've grown accustomed to them, they are no longer part of your destiny. But now comes the climax of this second part, the unexpected turn I told you would appear. The next card is the Chariot. And when the Chariot appears after the Moon and the Six of Swords, it means this. Not only will you see the truth, you will move forward with determination toward what is yours. This is the card of mastery over your path, control over your direction, and the victory that comes not by chance but by choice. The Chariot is movement, advancement, protection, divine guidance on the road ahead. It tells you, do not be afraid. You are being guided. Virgo, the Chariot brings a powerful revelation. Someone attempted to halt your progress, whether consciously or unconsciously. Some of the doubts you felt were not yours. Part of that hesitation was projected onto you by someone afraid of losing access to you, afraid of your growth, afraid of your rise. But with the Chariot, that projection dissolves. It becomes powerless. It fades. This is divine justice working silently but with absolute precision. And here, Virgo, is where the message I promised from the beginning reveals itself fully. The light calls you even when the darkness tries to hold you back. That call is what pushes you, lifts you, shields you. Even when you couldn't see the path, your soul could. At this point, repeat your decree for the third time, now with total certainty. I reclaim my true light. Feel how this strengthens your field, how the universe responds, how the cards brighten, how your energy rises. This decree is your shield, your seal, your sword. Now write another phrase in the comments, because this reading is not only about listening, it is also about sacred action. Today I release what is not mine so I can receive what truly belongs to me. This is a command to the universe, a signal that you accept your liberation. And after writing it, remember, as a symbolic act of faith and openness, to support the message by liking the video. That gesture is not trivial, Virgo. It anchors your intention in the material plane. It is your way of saying, I accept. I receive. I am willing. Let us continue expanding your message. Your emotional landscape transforms. What once felt like doubt will become clarity. If you are single, someone approaches you with a mature, honest energy, someone aligned with your growth. If you are in a relationship, tension begins to dissolve. A conversation, a realization, a shift will restore understanding. Love will no longer be chaos for you. Not anymore. In finances, the Eight of Pentacles emerges, a card of growth, discipline, and reward. Your efforts begin to pay off more quickly. A financial opportunity appears linked to a skill, idea, or project you had set aside. The flow begins to stabilize. Your period of financial stagnation ends here, not from luck, but from energetic alignment. In your career, the Queen of Wands shines. Leadership, confidence, presence. Your power returns. This may manifest as recognition, an advancement, or a new path you choose deliberately. Spiritually, a golden energy surrounds you. Protection, expansion, awakening. Your lucky numbers now are 4, 11, and 23. Your energetic color is deep gold. Your dominant element is fire, the purifier, the illuminator. Virgo, before revealing what the cards reserved exclusively for this final part, I want you to feel something essential once more. This message reached you through calling, not coincidence. What you are reading is not chance, nor randomness, nor simply spiritual storytelling. It is a direct manifestation of the synchronicity that has been following you for days. As if an invisible thread guided you here to hear what your spirit has long been waiting for. You know it, even if silently. This message found you because your destiny needed unlocking, because there was something you had not fully understood, something ready to be revealed, something marking the end of a cycle and the birth of an entirely new chapter in your life. The atmosphere of this third part is different. If part 1 was revelation and part 2 purification, this one is redemption. It feels as though the universe itself has leaned toward you, offering a divine gift. The cards shine brighter, the energy feels warmer, maternal, and precise. As I move through the deck slowly, each motion activating invisible gates, a whisper emerges. Today, they will claim what has always been theirs. Your name vibrates between planes, Virgo, and your destiny aligns with a strength you haven't felt in a very long time. The cards fall into place as if guided by a higher presence. And the first one to appear is the World. This card is completion, wholeness, fulfillment, the moment the soul understands everything it lived had a greater purpose. Virgo, you have reached the point where your mistakes turn into mastery, your wounds become wisdom, and your losses become momentum. The world announces your internal victory before the external one manifests. This is not a triumph of noise or display. It is a triumph born quietly within, expanding through all areas of your life. But the world carries a deeper message. Nothing you dream of will come through the energy you had before. That is why life pushed you, shook you, stretched you, and forced you to let go. To receive the great, you cannot cling to the small. This card declares, your painful cycle is over. What comes next is incomparable to what you left behind. The next card marking this spiritual closure is the Emperor. Stability, authority, divine order, protection. It appears like a firm hand placed before you saying, you will not fall again. You will not waver. You will not lose yourself as you once did. The Emperor is structure, your structure, finally returning. It represents the strength you forgot you had amid emotional chaos and exhaustion. It reminds you who you are when you are not drained, burdened, or carrying the weight of other people's responsibilities. This card declares, now you decide. Now you choose. Now you move without permission or apology. As I focus on the card, a message emerges. Your energy is ready to rise into a higher position. This may appear as a career opportunity, a leadership role, financial progression, or a powerful new beginning. And the universe tells you gently but firmly, do not doubt yourself. Do not hide. Do not shrink. And here arrives the turning point, the card that transforms the entire reading and activates the promise I mentioned from the beginning. That card is the Star. The Star is destiny, divine guidance, illumination, hope, and spiritual protection. It is one of the highest blessings in all tarot, and its presence here means your path is now truly blessed. Not just protected, blessed. The Star brings 3 major revelations. First, a period of stable abundance opens before you. Not a momentary improvement, not luck, but lasting abundance supported by the vibration you have been raising through every sacrifice, every choice, every painful release. What you are about to receive comes from above, not from human chance. Second, your love life enters a phase of honesty, clarity, and sincerity. Love will no longer hurt you. If you are single, someone aligned with your soul steps closer. If you are in a relationship, truth and harmony return. The star brings emotional healing and genuine connection. Third, your spiritual purpose awakens. Your intuition strengthens. Your dreams become messages. Your signs become unmistakable. This is not imagination. This is awakening. And now, Virgo, speak softly the words that appear between the cards like a celestial command. I choose my luminous destiny. Let it resonate within you. If you say it, the reading anchors deeply into your energetic field. Now that the turning point is revealed, let us close your material and emotional aspects. In love, someone admires you more than you know. Someone sees your essence, your discipline, your devotion. The star confirms that the next chapter of your love life is not confusion, pain, or loss, but real, balanced, sincere love and finances. The Ace of Pentacles appears. New income, opportunities, contracts, and material manifestations. Your financial flow becomes steady. Prosperity enters your life tangibly. In work, the Knight of Wands emerges. Movement, growth, ambition, success. A powerful idea, shift, or opportunity arrives. Action brings reward. You will be ready. Your closing color, emerald, symbol of rebirth, truth, and inner power. Your lucky numbers, 3, 9, and 21. Your spiritual element, air, clarity, expansion, freedom. Before closing this sacred reading, there is one last phrase the universe wants you to write in the comments to seal everything that has been activated. Today I accept what I deserve and I am reborn into abundance. Write it as if signing a spiritual contract with your destiny. And afterward, as a gesture of gratitude and alignment with the universe that guided you to this message, remember to like the video. That simple act symbolizes your openness, commitment, and readiness to receive even more guidance and blessings. It is not just support, it is alignment. Now, Virgo, here is the final message, the one you have been waiting for. Divine justice has already acted. Hidden enemies have been exposed. Chains are broken. Darkness has retreated. Destiny shifts in your favor. Victory approaches. Love strengthens. Abundance arrives. The star guides your path. The world closes your cycle. The Emperor stabilizes your steps. The sun protects your journey. And you, finally, walk toward a life aligned with what your soul always deserved. And now, Virgo, a short but deeply heartfelt farewell. The universe has never abandoned you. It simply waited for the exact moment to lift you. Today is that moment. Go forward. Your true light leads the way.